Okay, we're going to do some more conversions this time. And last time we were converting numbers into base 10, from another base into base 10. And so we need to go back the other way and convert numbers that are in base 10 already to another base. Our first example is converting 14 into a number in base 3. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our chip chart to do a pictorial representation of this conversion. Okay, so I'm going to start by going to my chip chart for red, then green, then blue, then yellow. Okay. So 14 means that I put 14 dots here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I put 14 dots into my first column. That's my leftovers column, and I'm going to convert to base 3, which means I'm going to organize them according to the base 3 structure, which means every 3 dots that are in my yellow column, I'm going to group them together, and they go into the blue column for blue dots. Okay, so we did that, and that. Okay, so the dots in the blue column are groups of 3. So I have 4 groups of 3, and then there's 2 leftovers here, which I don't do anything with because they're not groups of 3, so we'll have to leave those there. And I'm going to go ahead and group any groups of 3 in the blue column. I'm going to put them into this green column, which are the 3 groups of 3, or 9s. Okay, so I have one of those. And to convert them into a different base, I take a look at that this is one of the groups of 3, and that's one of the groups of 9. And so we have one of those groups, one of those groups, and 2 of those leftovers. Okay? So it's 1, 1, 2, base 3. Okay? So 14 is 1, 1, 2, base 3. Now this is the pictorial way, and I'm going to go ahead and try a different one to show you. In example 2, let's go ahead and convert 89 into a number in base 7. Okay. So converting 89 to base number in base 7. Now, am I going to draw my chip chart, red, green, blue, yellow, and put 89 dots in the yellow spot and then start organizing them by into group 7? No, I don't think so, because that's going to be more tedious. Okay? We need a faster way. And so that's why we have this third level of abstraction into abstract thinking to help us handle very large cases. Okay? And so that's very useful. Now, looking at what 89 is, if I have 89 dots, and I want to convert them to base 7, I have to look at what structure of the numbers are in base 7, or the places, the value of each place. Okay, so I'm going to do place values. Now the place values in base 7 start with the ones place, which is 7 to the 0 power. Right, so that's the ones place. And I will increase by groups of 7 as I go to the places to the left. So we have 7 to the first power is 7s. 7 to the second power is 49s. And I'm going to keep doing this until I notice that the number that is the place value is larger than the number I'm converting. Okay? So 7 to the third power is equal to 343. 343's place. Notice that I'm there. This number right here, 343, is larger than 89. Okay, so I'm over my number here, which is good. That means that there's at least one group of 49. There's at least one group of 49 in 89. Now, you use division, the power of division, to help us know how many groups of 89 are in there. Or groups of 49 are in 89. So I'm going to go ahead and do this work down here. 89 divided by 49. Now I know that there's going to be one group of 49 in there because 49 times 2 is just 98. It's too big. Okay, so I subtract that and I get 40 for my leftovers there. I'm going to have one group of 89. So I'm going to label that right here. Oops, one group of 49, sorry. So there's the 49's place. Okay. This, what we have, the 40 is now leftovers to distribute among the other places. So notice that there's the group of 49s we've taken care of. Now we need to take care of the groups of 7. How many groups of 7 are in this? Are the in the 40? Okay, well, we use division to help us. 40 divided by 7 is 7 times 5 is 35. And when I subtract 35 from 40, I get 5 as leftovers. Okay, so this is my groups of 5, or 7s. And notice that this is the base number. When I get down to dividing the base number itself, these are going to be just the leftovers, and we don't need to divide anymore. Okay, and so when we do that, our number is going to be 1 groups of 49. The next place is 7, so we have 5 groups of that, and 5 leftovers. So 89 into a number base 7 is 155 base 7. Okay. Let's do another example. In example number 3, we will do convert 645 into a number in base 5. So let's think of the places. Our first place value is 5 to the 0, equal to the 1's place. 5 to the first is equal to 5's place. 5 squared is equal to the 25's place. 5 to the third is equal to the 125's place. Okay, so I got to get to 645. So 5 to the fourth is equal to 625's place. Oops. Okay, 625 is still not big enough, so we do 5 to the fifth, which is equal to 3125. So multiplying 625 by 5 gives me 3125's place. Okay, notice that I can stop here because the 3125 is larger than the 645. Okay, so I have over the number here. This one right here is there's at least one group of 625 in this number. We'll see how many groups there are. We'll take our 645 divided by 625. And when I do that, I know that there's one group of 625 in there. Subtract that off and I get 20 leftovers. Okay, now this 20 leftovers is all I got. We're going to label what we found here. So there's one of groups of 625. Okay. Now there's 20 leftovers, but the next place after 625's place is 125's place. So I have to see how many 125's there are. Well, there are no 125's there in that number. Oops. Okay, and then we go to the next place, 25's. Well, this number is still smaller than 25, so we actually have no 25's as well. And then we go to the next number, the 5's place. We do have 20 is more than 5, so let's do this one. Let's see how many 5's there are. 5. Oops. To do that, we do 20 divided by 5, which you know is 4. When we subtract off the 20 there, we get 0. Let's see what we got here. We have 4 5's, so that's in the 5's place. There's 4 of those. And then once we have our base number here, we can stop, and then this is the leftovers. Okay. And so what our number will be is we have, oops, we ran out of room here, so let's go down here. we have 1 of the 6 25s. No 125s, no 25s. So no 125s, no 25s. We have 4 5s, and then 0 leftovers. And that's they're 1 0 0 4 0 base 5. So that's what 645 is in base 5. Okay. This example number 4, I'm going to go ahead and check what I did up here with using the abstract way. Convert 14 into a number in base 3. Okay. Okay. And if you know how to do this already, go ahead and pause the video and go ahead and try it out to verify what the answer is using the abstract method. And then resume when you're done. Okay, moving on, we have the places of the 3. Now up here in this one, we didn't write down the places here, so let's write them down here. So what places do we have? We have 3 to the 0, which is the 1s, 3 to the first, which is the 3s, 3 squared, which is the 9s. Now 9 is still not big enough to go over 14, so I'm checking here and here. Gotta keep going. 3 to the third is equal to 27. So we have 27s. Now notice that the 27 space is the over the number. Okay, so we have at least one group of 9. In this. So let's go ahead and check how many we have. So we take our 14, divide by 9. There's 1 there. 14 minus 9 is equal to 5. So I have 5 left to distribute among the rest of the places. We have the 3s and then the leftovers. Okay, so the next place down is 3. So we're going to do 5 divided by 3. So we subtract our 3 there. 5 minus 3 is 2. And so what we have is the base number here. Let's go ahead and label what we've done here. Okay, that's the group of 9s. This is the group of the 3s. This is my base number. Once we reach our base number here, we can go ahead and stop looking for divisions, and this is going to be our leftovers. Okay, so what do we have as our number? We have 1 9s, 1 3s, and 2 leftovers in base 3. Okay, so let's go ahead and check that with our top number, and surely enough, we have 112 base 3. Okay, so as an example for you to try. Let's go ahead and do a harder example, example 5. We want to convert, it's our last example, convert 462 to a number in base 12. Okay, go ahead and pause the video again. Try out the problem and see if you got the right answer. Okay, let's go ahead and do this one. So the places that we need to worry about are 12 to the 0, which is the 1's place, 12 to the 1, which is the 12's place, 12 squared, which is the 144's place. Okay, so checking my number here, 462, 144, still got to go higher. 12 to the third, which is 144 times 12. I get 1728 again. And that's over the number here. So that means there's at least one group of 144 in my number. Okay. Oops. So I'm going to take my number 462, divide it by 144 to see how many groups of 144 are in there. And doing some estimation, we'll do 3 of them, and we get 432. Now when we do subtraction, we get a difference of 30. Okay. And we're going to go, that was the this one right here was the 144's place. Okay, and then we got to go to the next place down, which is the 12's place. So with our leftovers is 30, that's still bigger than 12, so we will have some 12's in there. And so we do 30 divided by 12, and we know that goes in twice, the difference of 24 there. And with the product of 24, the difference is going to be 6. Okay, so let's analyze what we got here. This is the 12's place. And then this right here, since we're at the base number here, we have 6 as our leftovers. And that means that we're done with our numbers. So let's go ahead and we got all the places. We got 3. So our answer is going to be 326 base 12. So 326 base 12. All right, so that's our lesson for conversions.